Okay, back. So hopefully you can see pretty well there. Okay, well, obviously this guy is a problem. Because we're activating, this bridge becomes green. And so will the other one, assuming the roadblock doesn't turn into anything. This roadblock roll is a 4. I rolled a 7, so roadblock has nothing. So both of these bridges are now mine. And we get to do stuff because nobody's in our way. So, for example, these guys can move 5 spaces. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4 and rescue him. So that gets us a point. So we're up to 31 points now. And I think we're going to go here to just put the pressure on him. Then we have these units that can move 5. This unit can move 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I'm going to move this unit down to here. So he's going to hold that city and prevent them from getting in. This one, these guys are for sure going to cross the river because going this way is no good because there's a river here. We want to get to the other side of the river. The problem is if I go here for 1, this costs 4 to go. Now, granted, but getting here for 4 gets behind these guys, but I don't know what good that does for me. So, I'm going to go here, and we're going to attack this giant stack with a storm unlike anything you've ever seen. Unfortunately, I can't get this guy blocked. I need to get a unit here, and I can't, because I'm in this zone of control. And then this guy only has 1 pip. So I'm gonna just move him 1, 2, 3 down like this to maybe help down here. But we're gonna do a massive shock and awe campaign on this guy. He doesn't get any combat tactics because he's low in supply, and I'm gonna play this card, Combat Engineers, to get rid of his improvement position. So he's not even gonna benefit from that. We're gonna wreck this guy. Okay, so he is a minimum of 2, 4, 6 pips. Okay, 6 pips for him, or 6 chits. We are 1, 2 for being elite. 3, don't get to count that one. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Holy cow. So I gotta go grab more chips. So 16. And then we played a combat tactic, so that makes it 17. Holy buckets. Okay, so what's the strength here? He has 3, 6, 9. That's a strong unit. So 3, 7, 11, 16, 19, 22, 24, 26, 28, 33, 36, 37, and 5 is 42, 47, and 4 is 51, and 5 is 56, and 5 is 61. So 61, it's almost 7 to 1, but it's 6 to 1. 6 to 1 is pretty good. Okay, and to make matters better, he's on a clear space. So he's not even gonna get like forest bonuses or anything like that. He's just elite. That's the only thing going for him. So we're gonna draw a minimum of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We'll put all these back in. Okay, is the attacker elite? Yes. Do we have any green guys in this attack? No, we don't. That was awesome. Are we greater than 1.5 to 1? We are. Is the attacker elite? Yes. Are we greater than 8 to 1? No. Are we greater than 4 to 1? Yes. Is there a defender adjacent? No. Is he unsupplied? Yes. And are we greater than 9 to 1? No. Are we greater than 5 to 1? Yes. Look at this. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I was just reading the rules. We effectively surrounded this guy, so he's not allowed to retreat. So all 6 hits are going to apply to his pips. So I'm going to break off the attack because he's dead. And then he did 1 hit to me, and this one canceled. So we just smoked him. So just to put it in perspective, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all destroyed. And I'm going to put these 3 plus this 1 in the cup, and we just scored ourselves 2 more victory points. We're at 33. Okay, so what kind of advance after combat are we going to do? Well, I'm going to leave this unit here, and these ones will go ahead and advance up. And I can do a multi-advance thing, but it has to be, the first one has to always be the vacated hex. So I would like to get here so I can cut him off, but everybody else is just going to stay put. And we just effectively devastated the north there. And very well done. Okay, so we're down to 2 cards. So I'm going to draw 4. Oh my gosh. Look, we got Army Group B Model. That is awesome. This one does let you deploy all German reserves. We can do a camp group, which goes across all the armies, activate 1 corps, or do any command event. And then we got a division card. We got these blue guys, which I may use to heal the blue guys because they need it. And we got another yellow, which is good. Good. Chicken good. All right, but it is their turn, so let's let them go. All right, so it's the 8th Corps. It's these guys down here. So are they going to deploy? No. Can they heal at least 2 guys? So let's check. There's 1 guy wounded, but that's it. Everybody else is full strength, so no, they're not going to heal. Are they going to activate? They do have somebody surrounded, so they're going to activate, and let's see what they do. 2, 3, and 6. So we got fill the gap, which are they proximate to a position that we're also proximate to? Well, you do have position here and here. They're going to move to the position, and if more than one choice, they're going to move to the highest HV with the fewest required. They're going to hold the line, or preserve the line, avoid surround, and protect the VP. Well, here's the thing. These guys have multiple units, so if I sort them, this goes 27 down to 1. So, excuse me, this guy does not activate at all because he's 35. Okay, so that's the first time we've ever run into that. This one is 14, so he would go first. He has to preserve the line. He's preserving the line here. This one can go, and he would go here to this spot, because that would create a line, right? So this one's putting a zone of control here and here, and so we got ourselves a nice line forming. You see how that works? Now this guy isn't going to go here because that's next to, well, is he? Nope, we already got zone of control going across. What he would do is he's going to go here to this 2 because that's preserving the line all the way across. So they actually are protecting the southern edge from our advance here. Would he do this? This is not proximate to a German unit. Never mind, he wouldn't do that. This is no longer proximate to a German unit, so actually we're done. They're not filling the gap with anybody else. So the only one that activated is this guy. Okay. Today's December 20th. You got to pay attention. Some of these cards go away on certain days. This is another fill the gap. Well, the last one didn't do anything, so this one's not going to do anything. And then we have strong attack. They got to have greater than 3 times the strength of a unit. Okay, and this is the strength of a unit / stack alone. Well, and other active units. Okay, so here's the problem. This one is the same strength as him. This is 2, and this is 6 more for 8, but this one's 5. Okay, so this one's 5. So that's not 3 times his strength. So they're not going to be able to go after him. This guy is sort of protected because, I mean, I guess they could... See, they have to preserve the line, so they're not going to move. I mean, obviously this guy wants to move, but he has nowhere to move to. I mean, there's nowhere to attack. And there's nowhere that he has 3 times the strength. So nothing's going to happen. And so then, this one gets an improvement marker. Okay, that ends their turn. So now it comes back to us. And I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to activate any one unit. So the unit I'm going to activate is that guy. One, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to roll. I rolled a 6. 5. We crossed the muse, baby. We crossed the muse. And we just took this town. We're going to rock this town. We're going to rock it inside out. So the Allies are not amused by our progress. Now, it says over here, first supplied German unit to cross the Meuse gets 10 points. We were at 43 points. And that, my friends, is a victory. I can declare that the day is at an end, let the Allies take one more turn, and then we're done. That's a victory. So, you know, what would I do? There's actually a lot of cool stuff still left to do if I were to keep playing. But I would now play this card, which I'm not going to activate them. Instead, I'm going to assign 2 replacement points. So we're going to heal them. And so I'll heal this guy and this guy. This, by the way, became green. Okay. So that's the end of our impulse. And I believe I can declare that that's the end of my day. I'm looking. If the command value is greater than the Allied command level, the German impulse ends. If the command value is less than the Allied command level, you may play another card and implement its command. So I need to look 8.62. I'm sorry, 6.2. You may voluntarily end your impulse after playing at least one card. It says I can voluntarily end an impulse after playing one card, but can I voluntarily end the day? It does say you need to repeat German and Allied impulses until you have no cards left in your hand. Okay, so I guess we'll play it out. So by doing what I just did, I reinforced my guys, so now they get to go. And you can see it's the 30th and 75th are going to activate. So let's see where the 30th and 75th are. The 30th are these guys and those guys. So will they activate? They will activate if they can get an improvement marker, which this one can. So they will activate. And you can see there's Germans exposed, which isn't going to do anything. They need to have 2 or strength or less. There's no one around. There's a move, which they might do. They actually want to move to an unoccupied proximate German town or city. So they actually might be able to do that. These guys here, can't do anything. They're already next to a German, but this guy can. Number 7 here can move across the bridge for 1, and then move to this city for 2, and he would effectively take that. They would move to approximate German town or city. That was his second priority, so that's what he would have done. Okay, so that still preserved the line and all that nonsense. Then withdraw under fire. If it's surrounded or in danger of surround, none of them are. So then we're going to go ahead and put a improvement marker here. Okay, so now it's back to us. I have 4 cards in my hand. I forgot to draw 2. Okay, so I have this army group card. I can try to reinforce blue here. So yeah, let's do that. We're going to reinforce blue. So if we look here, you can see this blue needs to be healed and that one. So I'm going to heal the tank first. And that's it. I just had 1 reinforcement point with him. That costs 2. And then I can activate the yellow core, which I think I will. We're going to do Army Group B and really just start whacking the crap out of them. If I did Army Group B, I can put a camp group out and basically do the same thing I did with the 6th Army and just activate everybody up at the top there. It's not the worst plan in the world. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to activate everybody up there. While I still have the card and they don't do something stupid to make me lose it. Okay, so we got this little punk that decided to pop in. So we're going to just move this unit to here to make his life miserable. And then these 3, we're going to go ahead and move to this side of the bridge to make his life miserable. And then these, we can move 5. This is 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? These guys could have moved here to make his life miserable. These ones can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do have to roll for that one. I rolled a 10, baby. So there's no roadblock there. All right, we're cooking. Okay, this just requires some units to block them off. And now I can do that with this. So I can just move out 1 and in. So now he's out of fuel or supply. And then this one, I can move out and in. Let's get this guy out of the way first. He's got a movement of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then these guys can move 3, 1, 2, 3. And this one can move 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to take this city, so it's no longer in supply for him. He can no longer do anything there. And then this one, we're going to move 3 in a different direction. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to use him to hold that town. Okay, so this was just 1 movement point because of a road. This was 2 movement points to go there. So this would have been 1 movement point. That's another 1 movement point. And then this would have been 4. So that's the problem. So I'll just go here for now. We got him cut off. And then these guys can move 3. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, like that. So no real attacks. I'm not actually attacking him. I'm totally satisfied with having him surrounded. I am worried about this guy only having 1 strength, so I'm going to leave this guy back there to make it 2. And I think that is all I'm going to do. So I did do a lot of movement and nothing else. So let's see here. I got 4 cards. I'm going to draw my last 2. Okay. And then he's going to go, and he's going to deploy the 84th and 3 Armored Division Reserves. These guys are the 3rd Armor. There is no 84th yet. This one is not going to deploy because he's not the 3rd Armor. So it's going to be in this order. Okay, so we got to look to see where their squigglies are. And I know I'm not showing you. See, it's over there in the corner. It's this squiggly right here. So we know that they're not going to appear where another unit is. So they're going to want to appear somewhere where there's someone in the same army. 3 within the same army. 3 hexes of the same army. It wants to be an empty hold value and highest hold value. Not next to another unit. So I know it seems silly, but it's pretty easy actually to figure out where, and that's funny because I remember complaining about this when I first started playing, but it's getting easier as I go. I automatically know he's going to go here because this one's next to other units, this one's not. And it's a 4 hold value. Okay, the next one's going to go here in the city for the same reason, 1, 2, 3. And then the next one is probably going to go here because that's a 4. And it's not German proximate though. So this one's not going to happen. This one would have, and that one would have. So the next one has to be German proximate. And but not in danger of surround. So then what would happen is it would go to deployment method B, and he would go there. So that city is now quite well defended. Okay, so now it goes to us. I'm going to play this to heal 1. And the one I'm going to heal is this guy, because I'm concerned about him being next to there. And then I'm going to I can either heal one or activate him. I'm going to activate him. And so this unit's going to cross the river to here. And this one will move. And in fact, in a future game, I'm going to take this guy that's right here. In a future game, I'm going to take these guys that are here, and instead of trying to move them straight across, we're going to move them down this way and then come across. So that way we got this guy surrounded. That would have been way smarter than trying to do this butterfly thing. This guy does not exert any zone of control. But I'm going to leave him there. All right, so that's our turn. So now it's theirs. Oh, Jesus. So all allied reserves are going to get deployed. Okay, so this guy's coming out. And we already know the rules with this one. Except nobody's in his division. So we know deployment method A is not going to work. So it's going to be B. It's going to be an empty hex in the core area, able to trace supply within 3 of the same army, within 4 of a German, and can't be in danger of surround, and highest value. So he's going to go right here on the 4. Okay, and then these guys are coming out, and this is actually going to be a problem. So these are all 10th armor. And there's nothing German proximate over here. But since the 10th armor is already there, he's going to get reinforced with another one for deployment B. Then this one's going to come here. And then this one is going to go there. And this one's going to reinforce him there. So it is definitely getting into a pickle, but I got them nice and surrounded. So now it's our turn. And what's interesting is I can activate the yellow. I can activate the second SS here. I actually have a lot of options. So what I think is interesting is that by taking these towns, I am effectively cutting all these roads off from their supply routes. So they could, for example, they could still bring a supply route through this way, but since I have this bridge, they can't. And they can't get to this bridge unless they go through this town, which is ours. So we've cut off their supply. However, as you can see, I mean, they got supply coming from the south here. So these guys are supplied. But we've basically cut off this whole corner. One of the things I'm contemplating is just taking this unit. This isn't a victory point spot, so I can just go 1, 2, 3, and I just cut off another huge supply route, and I get this, which is a no, but I get for doing nothing. So I'm just going to play this to activate one unit. And then I'm going to just go 4, and let's see if we get a roadblock. We do. Actually, what I should have done, instead of that nonsense, is I should have just gone 4 or 5 and surrounded this guy. It's too late. I'm going to just do that, but that's what I should have done. Okay, so then I get to do something still. I can't remember. What did I do last time? I think I reinforced one of these pink, and then I played the Model card, didn't I? No. All right, well then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heal yellow. We're gonna get 2 hit points back on yellow. And there's a lot of units that can be healed here. I'm gonna heal both of these. Okay, and then it's their turn. Okay, there's a particular day where we have to draw twice for these. On December 22nd, if they draw no command, they do the action and then they get to draw another card. But this is December 20th. So they're gonna do combat engineers. No, they're gonna do air power. Okay, air power is actually going to help us to win the game because air power says, oh, never mind. They're gonna remove an out of supply or isolated marker from one allied unit. Well, nobody's out of supply, they're low supply. So then what they're gonna do is they're going to force me to discard my highest CV card. So this card is being discarded. Okay? And then their turn is over. So now all I have left is this one. And I'll use it to activate any one unit. And I'm gonna go ahead and activate. Well, I can't activate him again. I'm gonna just go ahead and activate this unit and we'll just start marching. So let's roll a die, wherever the dice went. Oh, here it is. There's a 6, so there's 2 more victory points. And another one bites the dust. So that was what, 2? And then this is 3, 4, 5. I gotta check for this bridge being destroyed. And then for that bridge being destroyed. And I'm not gonna bother putting out tokens. And then we gotta check to see if a roadblock goes there. I rolled a 9. There's 5 more victory points for me, baby. But I'm out of move points. So then they get one last turn. 5th Corps. They're not going to get to deploy. They're going to activate the 2nd and 99 divisions. Their core is shattered. They are absolutely shattered. They're down to 1, 2 units. Let me see what a shattered core is defined to be, but 10.71. Okay, the core, first of all, it's not a core card, it's a division card. So they do activate. There's only 1 unit on the board. First one is strong attack. He's not stronger than anybody. Second one is move, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to move up to be next to a unit, and he's going to follow his forward path. So he's going to go up next to that one, and that's his turn. So now we just ended the day, and you can see here, greater than 40 points is a strategic win, and we have 45 points. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That, my friends, is a victory. A lot of things went our way. A lot. The fact that I think the key to my victory was delaying these guys. And by delaying them, that allowed purple to stay uncontested. And yes, I gamed the system a little bit because I understand. So here's the thing. Understanding how deployment works lets you game the system. So remember, I kept telling you I wanted to eliminate units that were there because then they would be forced to deploy down here, and look at what happened. They were forced to deploy down here, and they weren't allowed to deploy over here. If they had any one unit that was still alive over here, they would have deployed over here instead. And then, of course, the whatever that event was huge. You can see that I had a choice between these guys, right, getting rid of these guys, or those ones. And see, look, those ones are everywhere. See all those little bright yellow? I could have delayed them as well. So I think the strategy is if you delay those guys, then that means you're committing to take a push through the north. And if you're taking a push through the north, that means you're taking Liege, which, by the way, the Muse is there. So if you take Liege, you will already have crossed the Muse, or you can take Hui, however you pronounce that, or Namir is, of course, a nice juicy target. But Liege, I'm assuming, is one of the primary ones you would end up taking. And so anyways, long story short with that is, let's say that I did have to go one more round or day because I didn't have enough points. The one thing that we would be triggering that has never triggered before is that OKW reserve is going to deploy. That reserve right there. I have never played with the OKW reserve. So I can tell you release the German OKW reserve if conditions have been met, which is 7.4. It's not attached to a specific army. Once in the German reserve units box, all OKW units can be deployed by any of the Army Group B card or the OKW core cards. And individual divisions of the OKW reserve may be deployed by playing. The first one must be placed on a road that's a valid German supply head within 3 hexes of any German unit, and at least 3 hexes away from a non-isolated Allied unit, town, or city. So then once you place the first one, the other ones have to be placed with it. Here's the thing. That means I can place the OKW units all the way over on the other side of the Muse, right? I can place them all the way over here and use them to march on Namur, or however you pronounce that town, because as long as it's 3 spaces away from an Allied city, I can go all the way over there because I have supply. Marking your towns like this, I probably should have done earlier, because when you take a town, it cuts off their supply. I mean, that's the biggest thing I can say. Now, the OKW units are pretty darn powerful, and there's a giant stack of them. Five, 3, 4, 4. Yeah, there's a nice juicy stack. Very interesting. Like I said, I think I got pretty lucky. The other thing, let's see, strategy-wise, surrounding people pays off. Even though nobody ever degraded more than just low supply, that was enough to force them to not be able to get a tactic card. And it also means that when they retreat, they take a damage for retreating. That's pretty big. Okay, well, that's a victory, guys. Oh, one thing I wanted to point out. If we would start the next day, obviously day 21 was going to have this new 53rd core that was going to come into the game. And so those cards would come into the game with it. But see, all of these OR cards would have also come into the game. We would have gotten one primary, and this is the OKW Reserve, okay? So the OKW Strategic Reserve, we would have gotten a primary card for it, and then all three of these supplemental cards would have gotten shuffled into the supplemental deck. So that's what would have happened. Anyways, I can't thank enough the people who have helped me with all the bazillion rules to this game. So I appreciate it, and thank you for watching. Stay awesome, and I'm gonna go get some good night's sleep and hopefully try to fight this cold. And you will definitely be seeing this game again. I'm not sure what format, but yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I paid a lot of money for this game, so I better get my money's worth. What do you think? I hope this was a valuable playthrough for people who are trying to learn the game. I did make some mistakes, but I hopefully pointed out whichever ones. And then make sure you read the comments, because some of the good folks who are watching, they were the ones that were helping me through my first playthrough when I was learning the game, and they're still making valuable comments even to this day. And with the way YouTube works, I don't always get to see them all, and so I apologize, because sometimes I see your comments much later than I should have. But anyways, thank you all so very much for watching, and stay awesome. We'll see you soon at the table.